Good afternoon, Cresswind. Thank you for coming to this celebration for John Kelley, and the best way for all of us to do that is to celebrate his life, and his meaning here at Cresswind is through music, because that is the simplest, shortest way to connect with people, through music. And we're really looking forward to sharing the talent that we have here to honor and show our love for John. And without any further ado, I'll let Brian speak for a moment.
Good afternoon. I was just telling Marcia Kelley this is why we did not have the Porch Concert at their house. There was enough room on the street. So we do welcome you here. I've had a word circulating in my head all day long, and it's joy. Joy. What? Hey, we're making this up on the fly. So, no, I've had this word just circulating in my head all day long, joy. And that's what John Kelley brought to our community with his music and all the things that he did living here. And we're going to be talking more about that and his mission trips. But if there's one instrument associated with John Kelley, it's the ukulele. So please welcome to kick things off the Cresswind Ukulele Club.
Okay. Hi, everyone. This is a shout out to John. If you are watching, check it out. Other than Bob, there are no music stands up here.
All right. Well, thank you all. Thank you all for coming today. I want to thank Brian and Harold especially for all the work they did to make this possible. And especially thank you to the Kelley family for being here today. And we hope we can do a little justice to John's memory today. Now, I want to say just a few things. First of all, we are the Cresswind Ukulele Group, but we go by John Kelley's Cresswind Ukulele Group. Always will. And, you know, it was easy for us to do this today just because of what John meant to us, means to us, and so forth. Now, if you were able to Google our group, the AI response would be something like this. They are a motley crew, unpretentious. They don't stand on ceremony. They love to play the ukulele, and they love having fun. Now, I think what this says is pretty much that what we're talking about, what you see here, our author was John Kelley. He's the one who started this back in 2018 because he loved the ukulele. And because, as John would be, he wanted to share that joy and happiness with as many people as possible. So we've been going since 2018, and I have to say that as we come here today, we want to say, as far as trying to paint a picture here, that from John's obituary, there was a line that really stood out to me, and that was that he did good during his life, and he had a good time doing it. So today, we want to return the favor to John in a small way. We want to say thank you to John by playing some of the songs that were most dear to him. And the other thing I'd like to say is we're going to have a good time doing it. Now, lastly, I'd like to say, as you in the audience are listening to the songs today, let's remember an old saying that says, the business of life is the collection of memories. So let's keep those memories in our hearts, and when we let the memory of John shine through on this day. And now, to start off, we're going to start off with Blue Skies. It was a favorite of John's and a favorite of ours. And for two, I'm sure many reasons, but two I can think of. The first of all, it's a smooth, easy song. Melody, the rhythm. And secondly, because it has a simple message, that when you're in love, everything, and especially for John, his love of life, everything is easy and good. Just a little tight. So, the next song we want to sing is Has Anybody Seen My Gal? Or better known as 5'2". Now, when John got a hold of a song that he liked, he had to change it, okay? Different rhythms, more chords, words. Each of us could come up with something. And so this song will incorporate, this will be the John Kelley version of 5'2". And we'll also have Bruce percussion. Now, you didn't expect us to have a drum set here, did you? Bruce is a master of making wonderful sounds on things that aren't so wonderful. So please enjoy the song and enjoy the changes that John has made.
life it isn't her, but could she love, could she woo, could she do, has anybody seen,
I was back early part of the year. John and I were walking out of the ballroom after John was doing a new ukulele class. And I asked John, I said, now John, what kind of song do you like to end with after a gig or a jam session or whatever? And so he looked at me and he said, Dave, sometimes I like to finish smooth, easy, kind of cool down. And other times he said, but he's kind of stopped and he looked at me and he said, but other times I like to go big. And then walked away. So today we're going to go big. And this is a song, Jambalaya. It's a song high energy, high fun, perfect. And that's why John liked it. And the other thing that I want to make sure everybody knows about John, when he's told us to sing, he always said, when you sing, sing it loud and sing it proud.
I know
one more time for the Cresswind Ukulele Club. Ukulele is one of the instruments that John played. And the guy was a surgeon too. I mean, it drives me nuts. But he was a very talented. The only time I would play several Porch shows with John at his house, and I always hated it because I'm a keyboard player. And but then John said, "Oh, I'm going to play my Hammond." Oh no! Oh no, John.
Be free.
Such a great keyboard player. I'm going to get a little musical geeky here. John has a Hammond B3 organ. It's the Rolls Royce of keyboards. It's sort of like there's the Hammond B3, and then there's not exactly. And I said to everybody, I said, we need to get the Hammond out of the basement, you know. And then I remember they weigh like 500 pounds. So our group friends, Just Jazz, are going to be saluting John's keyboard skills here, and we're going to be hearing a pretty close, if not accurate, what the B3 sound was like, and the kind of music that John loved to play. Please welcome Just Jazz.
We're going to start with a well-known tune by George Gershwin called Summertime. I don't think it sounds exactly like John's Hammond B3, but it's kind of close. I went down in his basement one time, and he was showing me the Hammond, and I did not believe that he had the Leslie speaker down there too, which gives it that shaky sound, that little kind of vibrato sound. So it was really cool. All right, we're gonna do one more that features the organ kind of, and but we're gonna do one that we enjoy called Kansas City.
John. I can see John up there. He was playing along with that. So, you know, the thing about and playing with John was there wasn't a kind of music that he couldn't play, that he didn't like to play. You know, we would do the porch shows with him from time to time, and he would just mix with so many different musicians. And I did my last porch show with John was August 1st. It was on Friday, just like it is now. And one of the tunes, back when we lived in Colorado, there was a group there called La Pompe Jazz, a gypsy jazz group, Janko Reinhardt kind of stuff. And one of my favorite songs that they did is a tune called Lost in Translation. You gotta be careful how you talk to somebody with a broken heart. You gotta be very, very careful about that. And John really liked the song. In fact, he was gonna get his buddies from Larry Daniels Music to learn it too, so.
So on keyboards and singing, we have our very own Brian Olson.
The song's called Lost in Translation. Some people say it's better to love and to lose, but never loved at all. But tell it to the fella with a broken heart, and he's bound to break your arm. And it's a cruel to say I'm sorry, and it hurts to say it's okay, and it's a mean to say there's plenty fish in the sea. So let the poor man drink his whiskey. You don't have to tell him if it's wrong or right. Like a dog or a cat sitting looking at the moon, don't provoke him, it may bite. And it's a cruel to say I'm sorry, and it hurts to say it's okay, and it's mean to say there's plenty fish in the sea. So let the poor man drink his whiskey, yeah. To lose, but never loved at all. But tell it to the fella with a broken heart, and he's bound to break your arm. And it's a cruel to say I'm sorry, and it hurts to say it's okay, and it's a mean to say there's plenty fish in the sea. So let the poor man, let the poor man, let the poor man drink his whiskey. One of the neat things I got to do my last show with John on August 1st is we played this song. And, you know, John was one of the first friends I met here at Cresswind. You know, the jazz group was jamming at the clubhouse every week. And John and I, and during COVID, we were jamming remotely. He'd record one piece of song, and I'd record another one on video, and I'd put them together. But I was able to dedicate this song because this friendship meant so much to me. You've Got a Friend in Me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Miles and miles from your nice warm bed. Just remember what your old pal said. You got a friend in me, yeah. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got your troubles and I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together and we'll see it through. 'Cause Marcia and family, you got a friend in me. John,
Brian, thank you very much.
One thing I've noticed playing keyboards is don't play keyboards with a sweaty hand. At John's very last Porch show, and it was a tribute to a dear friend, musical friend of ours, Jerry Vellante. And John sang this song, but he made the point, it was just a couple of weeks ago, he made the point before he sang it, he said when it became his time, he wanted the song played, and he wanted us to all join in. Now I posted the words for this. Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't rehearse.
We will do that one, but not yet.
Anyways, more in that intro, but please welcome dear friends, musical friends, Lisa Pfeiffer and Nancy Evans.
And whenever I would see John at the garden party, and he was always generous, just like, here, come do this with us. It was never his thing, it was always us, right? So he would always say, come sing this song with me. And it was always Sentimental Journey. Gonna take a sentimental journey, gonna put my heart at ease, gonna take a sentimental journey to renew old memories. Got my bag, I got my reservation, spent each dime I could afford. Like a child in wild anticipation, I long to hear that all aboard. 7, that's the time we leave at 7. And I'll be waiting up for heaven, counting every mile of railroad track that takes me back. Never thought my heart could be so yearning. Why did I decide to roam? Gonna take a sentimental journey, sentimental journey home. Now for the rest of this story.
Yes, thanks for straightening me out. Lisa and I have performed together many times, and she's always saying, no, Brian, we do this first. No, at John's last Porch show, and again, it was a wonderful tribute to Jerry Vellante. John performed this song, and he said, I want this, when it's my time, I want this song played. And that's why I sent the words out to as many people as I could find, because he wanted everybody to sing along. And when it came time to say, well, who should sing this? And it was a no-brainer. Again, it was Lisa and Nancy farther along.
Please join. You have the words. Tempted and tried, we're oft made to wonder why it should be thus all the day long. And while there are others living about us and never molested, though in the wrong, farther along we know all about it, and farther along we understand why. So cheer up, my brother, live in the sunshine. We'll understand it all by and by. Faithful to death is our loving Savior. Jesus coming in glory. And when he comes home from his home in the sky, then we shall meet him in that bright mansion, and we'll understand it all by and by. Farther along, we'll know all about it. Farther along, we'll understand why. So cheer up, my brothers, and live in the sunshine. We'll understand it all by and by. We'll understand it all by and by.
Lisa Pfeiffer and Nancy Evans. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Thank you so much. You know, when John wasn't playing ukulele or playing his Hammond B3 or doing porch shows every Friday or teaching people how to play bridge, or speaking of bridges, he'd be down by the marina fishing. And I was Marcia, did he ever sleep? So when he wasn't doing all those things and just being a great friend and neighbor, John would go down to Honduras and put his medical skills to work, providing care for the stuff that we just take for granted. You know, we just run down to the doctor and they take care of it. But imagine operating on somebody that had to be carried down a mountainside by people just to get there. A young child with a cleft palate, a young child with a bad leg injury. Again, that's what John did. He went down there and did this. And it was through, and I thank you, Kelly, for sending me these notes so I get it all right. That was with the Franciscan Friars of the Renewal, extraordinary work. And Friar Harold Brock is joined by Father Harold and Brother John David from Honduras. And I believe that Harold's going to come up and speak to us about the work that John did in Honduras. And that work is going to continue, but it is just remarkable, but all the stuff that John did.
Hello, I'm Brother John David. Father Harold is here too. Well, first I wanted to say that at John's house earlier, I was trying to brush up on the musical saw so that I would have something to offer, but I decided better just to talk, right? John, his impact in Honduras and on the lives of so many people cannot be measured, and no one knows this better than you all, I think, because John was such a good communicator that he was able to just share, and that's what John did. Someone mentioned generosity. John shared everything, and so all of you were able to participate in that, and such a beautiful thing. We were talking earlier. We think that he probably came down to Honduras somewhere around 50 times, which is more than anyone else we know, and so just. We want to express our gratitude and that thinking about that fact of his capacity to touch so many people. Just last night, I was still in Honduras, and I was at the girls' orphanage that's right down the street from the hospital, and we had done a prayer time. And one of the girls, I think she's about 8 years old, she asked me, "Are you going to be here tomorrow?" Of course, in Spanish. And I said, "No, Valentina, I'm going to be going to the States tomorrow. Well, tonight, because a good friend of ours died, Dr. John Kelley." And she goes, "Oh, he's the guy with the squirrel." right? The puppet, the squirrel puppet. And then another kid goes, oh yeah, he does magic, right? Yeah. So, even there, even there, he was able to just reach out and touch people. And I think it's also really, really worth noting that today, September 5th, is in the Catholic Church, we're celebrating Saint Mother Teresa of Calcutta. Saint Mother Teresa of Calcutta. This is her day, September 5th. And I think that in Dr. John Kelley, she had a kindred spirit. A couple of brothers in our community and a couple of other people I know met Mother Teresa while she was still alive, and what they all say is when they met her personally, what stood out to them was that they felt like the only person in the world for her in that moment. She was just with them and loved them and was paying attention completely to them, and I think that's what people experience with John. That's why just so many people. John loved everyone and was loved by everyone, right? And that was really what made him amazing in San Benito, is that in Honduras, the poor are treated extremely badly. They get the worst treatment in the medical system, in the school system, in the workplace. Everything is difficult for them. And when they came to San Benito, and especially in the presence of Dr. John Kelley, they felt like the VIP. They felt like the most important person. And that's, to me, that's even more than the surgery. That's dignity. That's really, what makes a person holy, I think, is that capacity to love the person in front of them. And John did that really well. The staff in San Benito, so many people said, send our greetings to John and to John's family, basically. And I would say, okay, I'm gonna send greetings from everyone in San Benito. And they said, no, from me, send greetings from me. And they decided that they were going to put an image of Dr. John on the door of the operating room in San Benito where he worked, and so they put this image of John and a Bible verse, and they wanted me to choose the Bible verse. And I was thinking, okay, I'm definitely going to choose in St. Matthew when Jesus says, "What you did to the least of these, you did it to me," and that seemed like the one. But then another verse came to me, and I said, "Oh no, that's it, that's the one." Is at the end of the account of the Good Samaritan. The Good Samaritan doesn't take the long way around the suffering person. The Good Samaritan stops and attends to that person personally. And at the end of that story, Jesus asks the person he's telling the story to, he says, so who was the neighbor to that person who was suffering? And the man says, the one who showed him mercy. And then Jesus says, and this is the verse that I put on the door, Jesus says, then you go and do likewise. And I think that's John's message for each of us is you go and do likewise. Wherever you are, in whatever situation you find yourself in your world, with the person who's in front of you, love them and let them be the most important person in the world for you in that moment. And in that way you can be like the Good Samaritan and like Dr. John Kelley and do likewise. Thank you. And thanks be to God for John Kelley in his life.
Many of the musicians here have had an opportunity to play with John, attend his concerts and whatnot. And he always reached out when he found a new musician. When I first came to Cresswind, I met Mike Collins and John pretty much at the same time. And they found out I played guitar, and John was instantly like, oh, you should come join our jazz band. Now, for those of you who know me, I studied guitar at the Guitar Institute of Technology in California. It's a very elite school for trying to train people to be studio musicians. And jazz was most of the curriculum. Now me, I was a 20-year-old kid who thought I was going to become the next Jimmy Page. So jazz was like, are you kidding? So after I graduated, I said, I'm never going to open up the real book ever again. I'm never going to play jazz. Anyway, 40 years comes around, and John invites me to play jazz again, and I kind of gave jazz a second chance, and here I am with the jazz band. And John continued to always reach out to new people, and he had just very recently met Shabin Chow, and they hit it off quite well. They never got a chance to play together, but he was so moved by meeting John that he wants to play a tribute to John today. So again, Shabin Chow.
Hello everyone, my name is Shabin. My wife Lian is there. We just moved into Cresswind last month. John was the first man I met before we moved in. And we talked a lot, and we took a picture, and he invited me to be a member of his family band. And then in 18th, I was did a surgery in the Emory Hospital, and I heard the bad news, John has gone. I was shocked. John's love for music, his words, his enthusiasm for the community, all left a deep impression on me. So now I like to play two pieces of music with two different instruments. For John, for you, for all of my neighbors here. The first piece I want to play is with the traditional instrument. It's called Xun, X-U-N. It is one of the oldest instruments with 7,000 years old history. I'd like to play a traditional classical song. Its title is Parting at Yangguan Pass. It is a piece to express longing for friends who is parting. Please enjoy. I'm sure you haven't been heard and sing this. thank you. The second piece is an American song played by saxophone. This song is about love and memory. It sings, remember me. So now I have to say goodbye, remember me. So I have to go far away. Don't make it make you cry. And I will hold your heart and sing a secret song to you. Remember me. So please enjoy. I'm sure you must be familiar with this. Thank you. Those two songs are from a different part of the world, one east, one west. They share the same message. Even when someone, apart from us, their love remains our memory, keeps them close. God bless you. Thank you.
that special it was. Wow.
Wow.
The swooping was, it was transcendent for me. That was amazing. Next up, we have a longtime friend of John's by the name of Dean Hopkins.
That's right.
And, thank you.
Good job.
And I remembered that name for more than 10 minutes without forgetting. Dean's going to play a piano and sing for us. And what are you going to play?
I'm going to play a song that John taught. I heard it on the internet, and I played it for John, and he loved it. And then he rearranged it. If you know John, you know he's going to fix it.
Yep.
And I'm going to play it for you today. It's called "Hand It Over."
Here we go. Dean Hopkins, everybody.
Thank you. I've played about, I think this is my 10th Porch Concert I've done. And the last one I did was in May. And at that time, I sat down just like I am now, and some wonderful lady from outside said, "Take your glasses off so we can see your face." I don't know if she's here or not. But for her. If your problems won't go away and you worry night and day, hey, hand it over. Get on your knees and pray. Now if you're sick, you're feeling low, you got no money, nowhere to go, oh, hand it over. Get on your knees and pray. Hand it over, give it up, give it over, hand it over, get on your knees and pray. There ain't no mountain you can't climb, no river too wide, all you need is a hand to hold your body, feed your soul. The road is dark, can't find your way. Let the Spirit light the way, yeah, hand it over. Get on your knees and pray. Now you know it, sing it with me. Hand it over, hand it over, hand it over. Give it up, gotta give it over, hand it over. Get on your knees and pray. Ain't no mountain you can't climb, no river too wide. All you need is a hand to hold. Heals your body, feeds your soul. Road is dark, can't find your way. Let the Spirit light the way. Hand it over. Get on your knees and pray. Now come on, sing with me. Hand it over. Hand it over. Hand it over. Give it up. Gotta give it over. Hand it over. Get on your knees and pray. One more time. Wanna hear you. Hand it over. Hand it over. Give it up. Gotta give it over. Hand it over. Get on your knees and pray.
I think we could build a church here, don't you? Wow. Quick shout out, our friend Ray Brown over there, running the board, running the audio. He used to work for NASA, so he's stuff like that. He's just into it, and he's a heck of a bass player. A couple of, you meet so many people in so many different ways here. For me, it was about music, and we just moved into our house. In fact, September 19th will be our 6th year anniversary. And I remember moving into the house, but I noticed the garage door of the house next door was open. Getting musical geeky here again. And what do I spot inside but a Marshall amplifier? And if you're into music, I said, you know what? We made the right decision to move here. And Rob and I have gotten to play a lot, and of course Harold Timms. And they are going to perform for us now, so please welcome Harold Timms and Rob Demchek.
And Ray Brown.
Oh, and Ray Brown, I'm sorry. I didn't know Ray's been playing. I gotta get a teleprompter.
Put it in the budget.
Yeah, the music community here is so wonderful. And again, this is so awesome to see this crowd here. I know John, and I know there's a new instrument John's going to be learning how to play too.
Sorry, I had to discourage Bill from running the board. Oh, jeez.
Right there. No, next one.
After that, he's going to cut your mic.
Yep. One last time, I get to play this guitar. It is 52 years old. So I said, what better way? The man upstairs.
Is that precision?
Yep. What year?
1971.
Precision bass.
Wait a minute, I flunked math. Wait a minute. Yes. Yes, it's a P bass. Precision. Pre-CBS, as they say. Okay, we are going to play a song from Pink Floyd, and fitting title, Wish You Were Here. Captain Adjustment. Hello? Is it on?
I'm on.
There we go. Hey! Alive.
Do I need to turn it down, Ray?
No, for God's sake. Nancy, please.
There you go.
Little song called Wish You Were Here. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rain? A smile from a veil. Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, cold air and a cold, cold breeze, cold comfort for change? Would you exchange a walk-on part in the wall from a lead role in a cage? How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls living in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. Have we found the same old fears? Wish you were here.
All right, we want everybody who performed now, you ukulele folks, and what a variety of music you heard from literally around the world, rock and roll and country and everything. But now we have to get together here on stage and play Cresswind's national anthem. You don't have to stand, you can sit if you like, but standing would be good too.
Yep, but before we do that, on behalf of Brian and myself, we kind of thought this up, but so much thanks for all of you for coming to show your love for John, for everyone who performed today, all the people who helped behind the stage, even the people up front who gave us permission to use the pavilion today, and thank God for decent weather. Thank you so much. We are so glad that you came. This turned out much more amazing than Brian and I even had thought of, so thank you.
All right, folks, this is how John wrapped every one of his porch shows with the Cresswind song.
I just want to say, I like that. I just want to say thank you to all of you on behalf of my sister and my mom and I for all that you guys did today. There's nothing Dad would have loved more than to see all of these people making music, except for maybe being here to make it with you guys. But this is the second best, and there was nothing he loved more than making music. Growing up, there was always music, and so it's been really beautiful to see how much music he has surrounded himself by, has taught, has enjoyed, has learned from today. And so just thank you so much for all your love for him, for my mom, and for everything that you've done for the last 17 years they've been here and for the next. Thank you.